I want to say 40 years ago about, we called it Celebrate the Soul of American Music. And I did it when we had a joint venture with Tribune, and we honored Cab Calloway, Etta James, Lionel Hampton, Dizzy Gillespie, the Dells, Ella Fitzgerald. We did it out in LA, and we did it for just 3 years and that's what we called it. And that's when we were doing it with the Tribune Broadcasting Company. And that's where really I kind of cut my teeth on understanding the production aspects, the syndication, how to get it on, how to sell it, and left the Tribune. And then also I should mention Soul Train. People don't realize that with Don Cornelius, we started Soul Train under Tribune Central City production. So, I mean, we were right in the thick of it. And that's where, I cut my teeth on it and learned all of the aspects of it. The concept, I mean, we have so many great things we haven't done yet. And the same thing when I saw the first gospel show in Chicago, and it was the Gospel Music Workshop of America. These things are, I think God gives us these ideas, and it's those of us who step out on them, on faith that, he's going to bring the things you need to make it happen. The production value, the artists, and these artists who have come to our shows. I mean, they talk about our professionalism, but I mean, they're not divas. They come into the venue on time, not CP time, and then they just give it their all. And that really makes the production. You can have the greatest light staging production, but if the artists don't get into it and bring their all, you lose it. It just doesn't come off that well. So when I did the Celebrate the Soul of American Music some 40 years ago, I made a commitment. I'm bringing this back when we get our own network together. And right now we're still doing individual shows, but we're looking to launch Stellar TV in first quarter of 2022, 24/7 now. Now, many don't, they know about what we're doing with our museum. And, I'm still a young senior, so I call it, but I got a lot more to do. And I'm really excited that the artists, they've stepped up to the plate with all of the, the performance and how they come about. I mean, I love it. So I came back with Black Music Honors, and everybody said, oh, that's a great idea. But I had a chance to be there with Dizzy Gillespie and Cab Calloway singing Heidi, Heidi Ho, and Etta James sitting down in the front. Now, they weren't performing. We were honoring them. And Etta was chewing that gum, and Alita Adams, she was singing all of Etta's songs. And so, we want to bring more of these things back, which many of the other networks haven't done yet. So, I mean, there's so much more we can do in projecting our community. And that's what I intend to do in the way of the highest fashion. So we don't apologize for bad lighting and video, and staging. We invest in that. So when you walk into our environments, as all of you know, we're going to be first class, because we had to go up against Dick Clark and the American Music Awards when they didn't want Soul Train. They said, well, why do you want another award show, music award show? We said, because we don't have a Black award show. And the same thing with the Grammys, didn't recognize us. And same thing with the Dove Awards. And then now they do. But we had to go above them. So when we did Soul Train Music Awards, we did it live. We blew Dick Clark and the American Music Awards out of the water. And then just yesterday, the People's Choice Awards were on. Man, you can't imagine the trouble that all of the barricades they gave. Like, we don't need another show that we had to jump through. But you gotta learn it all. And that's our next step, is to do 24/7 so that we can really show Marvin Sapp and all of his talent, and Brian Courtney Williams, and all of these brothers and sisters, not just on stage singing, but some of the other shows that we can do. They are a talent to be held. I mean, the talk and the lifestyle shows and all of this, and that's what our intent is. But we couldn't get there without these artists who come out and honor, as Marvin said, honor other Blacks in the business. And when they see us in that capacity, the show comes alive, and it's all there. But again, the Black Music Honors is a continuation of a show that I made a commitment to do some 40 years ago when we did it in Los Angeles. And, so it's such a joy to be able to have these artists and recognize them and keep the music alive, not just in gospel music, but in all of our genres of music. And that's where we're going with this. And, God has blessed me to be alive and well. And as Marvin knows, my wife recently passed a few years ago. She's still with me in consciousness and supporting all of what I do. But it keeps me active, and I just love how it all comes together. And also, we own it. We're not producing it for somebody else, which at the time we were doing that with the Tribune. That's a key. When you look at who's doing it, you need to look at who owns it and how invested are we in these shows now. And I'm for these other producers, white producers. I'm for all of them coming in to recognize what we do. But I'm also for Black invested, so that we can have the equity, we can have the control over what we do. And that's where I think this industry now is going. And they're supporting us to go to the next step. So I just wanted to throw that out there, that this is not our first rodeo. And I want to thank all of the guys and ladies who have come to offer their support and to honor these artists. They make it happen. And we're going to be there in the production. We have learned our skills. And I made a decision 10 years ago to stop doing other people's shows. So we used to do the Trumpet Awards. We were the first to get the Trumpet Awards on broadcast television. Zenona Clayton in Atlanta had come to me, and I just, wonderful, wonderful lady, and did her show. We put it on TV One, and then I'm glad it's still going on the Bounce TV network. And then we put Melody show, the Super Bowl Gospel. That was not on. And she came and I said, okay, we'll put that on. But then it kind of halted us from our network plans. So right now, all of the shows we're doing are what we do, but they're just a small amount of what we're going to do 24/7 when we launch our official network in January, around Dr. King's birthday of 2022. So I'm just proud that I've been able to help other African Americans and other networks in television, because when we do their shows, we did all of the production, we did all of the programming, we did all of the sales, and we did all of the distribution. And then when people find out about that, we're their first stop. They want us to do that. I said, no, we have to hold until we can, do our own start Stellar TV. And when that starts, gentlemen and ladies, we are coming at you. We want all of what we know you got. You make great television, and in all aspects of now the digital focus and the multicast in terms of streaming, social media. There's so many new avenues that we can use all of your talent, where we can pay you more now with the network, and we're not just give you honorariums.